Okay, I have to go run and pick up my groceries here in a minute, but I mentioned before the Koberger hearing earlier today. Today is June the 18th, around 5:15 p.m. I mentioned that the biological grandmother on the father's side of Lily and Jack Sullivan, the two siblings in Nova Scotia that are missing that we've been covering here on this channel, she has been sort of speaking to a few creators, and now she's coming out and she did an interview with CBC News Nova Scotia. This is the first time I'm going to be seeing her talking herself, so I'm really curious if there's anything that she says that's different than what we've been hearing from the creators claiming to be speaking to her. So let's take a listen. Everything stated in this video is my opinion and my opinion only. And just like everything else in these cases we discuss here on this channel, everything is alleged.
My heart tells me these babies are gone.
Oh.
My heart tells me that.
Poor mamas.
I am the grandmother of Lily and Jack. I am the grandmother on the biological father's side. My son is Cody Sullivan. He's not in jail.
Okay.
He's never been out west.
Okay, so the other lady had just said that that wasn't even his name. Cody Lee Sullivan wasn't his name. The one from It's a Criming Shame that says she's been talking to her. I don't know what else has been going on that channel. Somebody said something on Twitter the other day, but neither here nor there, because I don't honestly know whatever the drama is. They got a lot going on over there. Anyway, she said the jail stuff was incorrect. She just verified. And that his name was not Cody Lee Sullivan, but she wouldn't say the name. Cody Sullivan, Cody Lee Sullivan. I guess she just didn't want to say Lee is the wrong middle name or whatever, because then people would start bothering the real Cody Sullivan, which I completely understand. But now that this is out here, it's going to happen anyway.
He does not have a criminal record.
Yeah.
And right now he's living with me. He has been for 9 months.
Okay. Yeah, see, that was the other thing, is that they thought, I mean, and we didn't know at first. I even said it was like, the rumor is he's either waiting to be let out for a crime that he committed, or he's already out for a crime that he committed, waiting for the hearings. If that's really him, then there's no telling. But then the information came out saying, hey, he doesn't have a record. This is the wrong guy. They wanted to try to take away any sort of possibility of it possibly being the biological father with that. And that doesn't do anything for me. Just because somebody doesn't have a criminal record doesn't mean they're not a bad person. It just means they hadn't been caught yet. So until we get answers to this, all possibilities are open, you know?
How did you find out that Lily and Jack were missing?
The mom of my grandson called me. We were in town.
I thought she saw it on the news and then called Malaya, the mom. That's okay. That's different a little bit. This must be their house. It's like a barn looking thing.
She asked if I heard the news.
And then heard the news.
She sent me the article that was on Facebook showing the kids missing. I couldn't call Malaya yet, so I waited till we got home. And I called, well, I didn't call her, I texted her.
Okay, now that I'm editing this real quick, it's more like one of her other grandchildren's mothers called her and said, hey, have you seen that Jack and Lily are missing? And that grandchild's mother sent her the Facebook article about Jack and Lily missing. And she didn't call Malaya about it until after she got home. So that's technically, yeah, that's still the same thing. She wasn't told from the mother of Jack and Lily that the children were missing. Another grandchild's mother saw it and told her, and she had to contact Malaya. And she did it via text message first instead of phone call, like, you know, what she's about to say, which is really smart because then it's, you know, there's a record of what was said. So, yeah, just clarifying.
And
those text messages are on the It's a Criming Shame channel if you haven't seen them.
Told me that, yes, that the kids were missing, that they've been missing since this morning. I was in a state of panic, shock. But in the back of my mind, I kept saying, well, they'll find them. I mean, I'm assuming that they'd find them.
We just had another missing case. I didn't cover it. I think the little girl's name was Claire. From what I saw, her dog was found deceased, but they just found her alive. Like while the Brian Koberger case had a hearing and the Karen Reed verdict was being read, that was also some breaking news that this little girl, I think she was 3, that had gone missing, had been found like in Ontario. So yeah, I mean, good endings do happen. They're just sadly really rare.
So I told her, well, we'll head out first thing in the morning and help with the search. It was around 3, between 3 and 3:30 in the morning. A couple of cop cars pull into the driveway. The lights wake me up that I'm a fairly light sleeper, so I see the cars pull in, so I knew what it was.
Yeah.
So they come inside. They only stood in the kitchen. They wanted me to wake Cody up, and they wanted to know when was the last time he had seen the kids, and that they were just making sure that the kids weren't here.
Yeah.
And
But they only stayed in your kitchen? They didn't look around the whole house and actually search to see if the kids were there? You can't validate that by just standing in the freaking kitchen.
then they left.
That's not a true search.
So we showed up Saturday
Okay.
morning, me and my sister, and we met up with my daughter, and we started, well, I asked Malaya, I said, Malaya, I said, you know your kids. Nobody knows their kids like their mom. Where do your kids normally go to play out in the yard? What direction do they usually like to explore? And she said, well, they always play up in the little woods right on the side. I said, well, okay. I said, we'll start from that point.
See, somebody related to the kids came out right before Belinda started talking and said the kids never actually played in the woods, that was crap. Again, that's just what this other person was saying. We don't know really what's accurate. We can't trust what the parents are saying or what anybody else is claiming. We just can't.
We'll work our way out. We had spoken to a search and rescue, and we weren't allowed on the other side because that's where they were searching at the time. So we just started combing through the woods up through there. We were gone for a couple of hours. I'm yelling for Lily and Jack. We always call Jack Jackie boy. And yeah, that went on for a few hours, but those woods, I started to feel that I can't see them being in the woods.
They're
There's
so
trees
tiny.
everywhere. You literally have to climb over trees, climb under bushes. It is really, really thick. We come back out, and I went in to see Malaya again. I assumed she was in shock. She was very, very non-emotional, very just flat, monotone. But Malaya's very soft-spoken anyway. That she's not usually excitable. I thought that's made her a really great mom. She was an excellent mom. She never raised her kid or her voice at the kids. That it was always, now Lily, what did mommy say? And I used to think,
See, I could have sworn I saw some text messages that were from Daniel that he got really upset were out there. I didn't show them on the channel, but we talked about it for a minute because they were really from him, because he really did throw a fit about them being out there. But it's because some of the things he said, some people were taking it to put like a really negative light on Malaya, the mother. And in portions of the text messages, he basically was saying that like he didn't have a handle on her kids whatsoever until he showed up and got into the relationship. And it wasn't really like a handle on it, but he like does the majority for the kids when it comes to like what they need to have done, according to him anyway. Again, we can't trust anything anybody's claiming, but we're just going and listening to what she has to say and then comparing it to the things that we have been hearing. That's all we're doing here.
now if anybody's meant to be a mom, it was her.
I mean, she
A part of
seems like she really believes that. Like she seems really genuine. She seems like she really believes that Malaya maybe doesn't have anything to do with this. But I wonder what her true thought really is, if she really feels as if they're no longer alive.
He still feels that.
Why only a part of you still feels that? What do you mean?
Oh, a part of you. Okay.
After seeing the place,
Oh,
seeing the condition of the home, it was like the total opposite of what I knew of Malaya.
okay. Yeah. I'm actually kind of glad that got brought up, because that's sort of something else that got brought up on the It's a Criming Shame channel. The fact that basically after her and Daniel got together, the stepdad, who's been out in the camera so much, basically after her and the stepdad got together is whenever she basically like disappeared out of the father and the grandmother's life. Now, I've had a comment or two say that he didn't want anything to do with the kids, but I don't know if that's the case. I don't know the situation with that. I haven't seen any proof of anything. Yeah, proof comes straight out of Grandma's mouth here in just a second. I really should have just waited. All I've seen is that he didn't want to go search because he didn't want to be around those people, but that's not the kids. That's not the kids. So I don't know. But they made it sound as if the relationship she got into when it got serious, like when they had their own child, is whenever they started breaking away from the other two kids, the missing kids' biological family. And a lot of it they thought was because of this. They didn't want them to know the conditions that they were living in because maybe something in her said, if they see me letting my kids live in this damn house like this, they're going to try to take custody away. Because, I mean, look at it. You can't sit there and be disgusted with the way that the Summer Wells family lives and not be like, what? I'm sorry. And the cousin of, I think, Daniel's has basically said the same thing about the way the inside of it looks, which is why she was going to originally take the baby, and Malaya was more than welcome to follow along. But then Malaya's mother shows up, and all of a sudden that's not happening. And Malaya and the baby, and they just disappear with the family, her own family. So that's both sides of the family, both ways saying, yeah, the inside of that house was not okay. It really makes me wonder if there was some sort of accident. Like if it's really that dangerous to where they're like shocked. I wonder if there's like holes in the floor or something like that on the inside, or something else that's just really dangerous, like electrical outlets, something like that. And maybe something happened and they had to try to cover it up, because there's more than just that morning of time that's really kind of like missing when it comes to what happened to these kids. So yeah.
She was always clean, very clean about herself, about the kids, about her home. This home looked more like a camp. Oof. Now, I don't know if it's from all the people that were there, because I didn't show up till the day after. But it was very unkempt. I was pretty surprised.
I love you.
Lily is, she was my little dream girl, the first granddaughter.
Babies are so fun.
And I loved that she had the brown hair and she had a space between her teeth, which I had when I was a kid. So yeah, she was our little princess. Jack was such a sober, serious little baby that he didn't like to smile. You could tickle him and he would look at you ever so serious, like he was really studying you.
And so how long were your son and Malaya together?
3.5 years, I think it was, yeah. I thought they were the picture-perfect family. Then Malaya started to tell me that they were having problems and she wasn't happy.
I wonder what it was.
She told me that she wasn't happy and she thinks she's going to leave.
What were the issues? Like, I mean, it might have something to do with this, because we don't know who's responsible for what happened here. So, I mean, I would like to know why they separated.
And I told her that we supported whatever she decides, that one good parent is way better than two broken ones.
And then how did that change your relationship with Lily and Jack?
I thought it was going to change, but it didn't. Yeah, it didn't change. Malaya, she was a sweetheart. Anytime we wanted to see the kids, she'd come by for a visit.
You didn't stop till after Daniel.
It was actually really, really good.
So when was the last time you saw the children?
1.5 years, almost, really. It's about 1 year and 9 months.
How did you deal with that?
Really, to be honest, maybe I didn't deal good enough with it. I looked at the fact that when her and my son separated, my son walked away. He chose to walk away.
Oh, so that part's true then. If he couldn't be with her, he wasn't going to be a dad either? Loser.
She wanted sole custody of the kids.
He didn't even care.
So she petitioned the courts for sole custody, and when she did that, he said he was done.
He didn't even care.
Were you ever formally questioned?
Yes.
So then it's about a month after Lily and Jack are last seen that they come and formally question you.
So it's about 3 weeks. They questioned Cody for 1.5 hours in the vehicle, and then they questioned me for 2 hours in the vehicle.
Did she just say that it took 3 weeks before they got questioned?
So it's about...
Were you ever formally questioned?
Yes.
So then it's about a month after Lily and Jack are last seen that they come and formally question you.
3 weeks. So they show up in her kitchen about 24 hours-ish. No, less than 24 hours, because the 911 call was made around like 9:40-ish in the morning from, the reports that are coming out. And they showed up in Grandma's driveway between 3:30 and 4 o'clock in the morning. So less than 24 hours after the 911 call is made to report them missing, they show up in her house and they stand in the kitchen and just basically ask a couple of questions, and then that's it. They don't look around the house. They don't do anything else to like validate and make sure there's no kids or anything being hidden anywhere, no blood anywhere, or anything anywhere that could be a problem. And then they don't even formally interrogate or question them about anything until over 3 weeks later. The biological father and grandmother. Holy shit.
So it's about 3 weeks.
Wow.
They question Cody for an hour and a half in the vehicle.
That's it?
And then they question me for 2 hours in the vehicle.
How did that feel to you?
I didn't mind. I mean, to me, I expected I'm
In the
I'm
vehicle,
grandmother.
though? In the vehicle? That's odd.
So it wasn't a surprise to me. I'm assuming the sooner they do all that, I wish they would have done it sooner.
Me too. That makes more
The
sense.
sooner they can move on. So I didn't have a problem. My son was a little upset about it. He said they made him feel like he did something wrong, and he said he hadn't seen the kids in 3 years. So he was,
That's
he was
crazy.
a little upset.
So a year and a half after the whole custody thing happened and she got sole custody, for a good year and a half after that, she was still allowing the grandmother to see the kids, but then that's never it cut off. Because she said it had been about a year and 9 months since the last time she's seen them. So yeah, like smack dab in the middle. And how old is the baby? 18 months?
Upset about it. That he said
Timing.
that they really come at him hard. They wanted to know what her favorite color was, and he said, they were babies when I seen them last. He
Yeah,
said,
he wouldn't know
she
crap.
was just learning what she wanted to figure out to eat. I don't know what her color is.
Yeah, he doesn't know
So yeah,
anything.
he was pretty upset.
Have they ever talked to
You know what? Maybe he
since
should
then?
be. Maybe he should be upset at the fact that he just like walked away from his kids just because she wanted full like sole custody. Ugh, I just can't stand humans that take no responsibility and don't even try. Like, I understand that some people might be like, well, it's just a fight that maybe he didn't want to fight. He can explain it to them later. You could have at least tried a little. Because if your kids come to find you later, if they, after all this, if they end up getting found and they're alive and they want, answers to everything, it's all going to be out here now that you literally just didn't give a hot damn about anything because they just weren't worth the damn effort. And you were just so aggravated about having to be interviewed because you just don't know anything. And oh, woe is me. I don't like you, bro. I don't give a damn if they had your history wrong. You're a loser.
A couple of days ago, they had contact, and they told him that they weren't looking his way anymore, that
He's
everything
cleared.
was fine.
He's cleared, but he's still a loser.
Have they ever given you any information?
No, it's always the same thing.
Which is what?
They can't say nothing.
They've got everybody on it. They are looking at all avenues. They can't divulge any information that could compromise their investigation. It's the exact same words.
Over and over and over.
Why are you so sure they're not in the woods?
I have children. I have grandchildren. And I see what kids are like through the woods. There's no reason
Stumbly
for
bumbly,
any child to
falling
wander
everywhere.
deep into the woods.
Their legs
There's
can't
just
handle it. They're not even stable enough.
I think somebody hurt these kids.
Yeah, I do too.
I think somebody hurt them.
You don't sound very hopeful.
No. Our last day searching on Monday and seeing the woods. And
That looks so much like where I grew up. Like, I swear those were cedar trees.
and the searchers and everybody everywhere. There's no way those kids are in the woods. There is nothing more pure and innocent than a 6 and a 4-year-old. And they deserve so much better than what they got.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, she looks genuinely sad. Like, I don't think she had anything to do with anything. She seems really, really genuine, just a sweet old grandma. But the dad, like, I understand that he doesn't want anything to do with the kids, like, whatsoever. But, like, just the simple fact that, like, you didn't give a damn. Like, I hope that your conscience is eating you alive. Because maybe if you would have gave a damn and actually fought a little bit to at least get some sort of visitation, if Malaya and Daniel are responsible for whatever happened to Jack and Lilly, maybe it could have, like, not happened. Or maybe signs would have been seen because the dad would have actually had a part of their life, would have actually seen a couple of things. Who knows what could have happened if the dad would have been a dad? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I feel so bad for the grandmother and so bad for the kids. I just don't know what to believe. I don't even know what to think. The only thing that makes sense to me is something had to have happened inside of that house. Unless them two were literally doing something in the house together that makes them completely incoherent and unable to really pay attention to anything. And the kids got out and some random ass weirdo saw them and picked them up. How do we know they didn't run out into the street and get hit by a vehicle and then that person picked them up and took off because they were freaking out and the parents weren't in the house, somehow unable to hear everything? Because, I could list a million ways that could be going on. This kind of stuff pisses me off so much. All right, let me know what you guys are thinking about this case so far down in the comments, because we have now been way over a month and there's no answers to anything. And we still haven't gotten like a single, hey, we think we might have something, or hey, let's, raise the vibe here because this investigation's actually going somewhere. If anything, it's a complete standstill. There's no excuse for them not actually talking to those people for 3 weeks. That's the biological family. What? And even if let's just say for instance, if the biological father wouldn't have been cleared, let's take away the fact that he doesn't give a crap about the kids. He could have still had some sort of angst against the mother to go and do something crazy, because most of the time the fathers that end up taking the lives of their children and their children's mothers don't give two shits about the kids. They're just pissed off that their substance went away. People know anything about narcissists, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So I don't know. I'm not saying that he did anything, because obviously they cleared him, which is fine, which is fine. I'm just really super angry at the fact that this was just a loser who didn't care he had kids. I mean, damn. Let me know how you guys are feeling about this down in the comments. If you like the way that I present this information and give my opinion, please don't forget to leave a like on the way out. Subscribe to the channel if you have not subscribed already. And please don't forget to make sure that notification bell is set to all so you don't miss any of my rants, reviews, reactions, updates, or deep dives. See y'all.